In a world full of iPhones, it is with no doubt that Gen Zs prefer a flashy phone that would take the best quality photos for their socials. However, I am a little different. I prefer using slightly outdated phones that would help me become more mindful of the things that I do while I finish university. I am an incoming fourth year student of civil engineering, and this course is very demanding than anticipated. Anyway, let's hop right into the video. This is not actually a phone that I have been using since its release, rather I bought it secondhand via Carousel. Carousel is like the Philippine equivalent of the American multinational e-commerce company eBay, where we can buy secondhand items for decluttering or other purposes. I bought this phone for 5,800 pesos from a local seller and had it shipped to my city in less than 3 days via LBC. I originally wanted to buy an iPhone 13 mini, but it seemed too expensive for me, so I looked for other options, which led me to this phone, the Galaxy S20. It was released last March 2020, right before the pandemic took a toll globally. This phone features a 6.2 dynamic AMOLED 2X display with a 120Hz refresh rate, powered by an Exynos 990 or Snapdragon 865 processor. But for this phone, it houses an Exynos 990 and comes with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which is expandable via microSD. It has a triple rear camera system, 12MP main, 64MP telephoto, and 12MP ultrawide, and a 10MP front-facing camera. The battery is 4000 milliamps. The phone supports 8K video recording and is IP68 water and dust resistant. Going back to what I have in my phone, I use a Niagara launcher to make it more minimalistic and cleaner. I actually only use the free version because the full version is quite expensive. I managed to maximize the free version to make it usable despite lacking some key features, and it truly does its job. Maybe if I want to expand more on this, I would soon buy the paid version so I could tour you through this launcher. The wallpaper that I use is a stock Niagara launcher wallpaper. I grouped my apps into folders in order for me to navigate through the phone more easily without the need of going through the apps in alphabetical order. I only kept the apps that I use to avoid clutter. The first folder is my school apps, whereas I have the Google Classroom, since this is where our instructors post for homework and study materials. Google Docs for simultaneous outputs and also for articles since I am part of a publication organization, Gmail for checking emails, the Samsung Internet because why not, and the Google Drive folder for storing important school documents and files. Second folder is the payment, but it only contains GCash. For international viewers, GCash is a Philippine mobile payment service that is widely used across the country. It is available for commercial use in most stores and malls. Third folder is for artificial intelligence apps or AIs. We frequently use AIs not for cheating but for generating ideas or doing a quick search about something. I primarily use ChatGPT and Perplexity, but I still prefer ChatGPT due to familiarity. The main advantage that Perplexity has is it provides the sources, which is especially important if you are doing an essay that requires you to put your references. ChatGPT also has this feature, but it is not as refined as Perplexity's. The fourth folder contains social media apps. Despite being dubbed as social media for the boomers, I still use my Facebook account regularly since our university uses their page for announcements and I have to check it every once in a while. Second is Messenger. Here in the Philippines, we are not avid users of WhatsApp, Viber, Telegram, and even iMessage. Instead, we often use Messenger to connect with our peers since we are still active in Facebook. Third is Instagram. Despite being on Facebook most of the time, I often use my IG account to post stuffs about my day because I have fewer judgmental relatives there. Just kidding. Fourth is Twitter or the X app. I just use this to check out some random celebrity news and check on my friends. Lastly, I have YouTube. To be honest, I have been wanting to start a YouTube channel ever since I was a kid, but I never found myself being consistent and creating content. It's like I don't know where to start. But now that I am an adult, I'm trying to be more consistent in the content that I am trying to create. Next folder is the utilities. I have the built-in calculator as my first app for basic calculations. Second is the calendar. I don't use the calendar that much, so I don't know why I had to place it here. Third is the contacts for storing contacts. Fourth is a popular scientific calculator that is widely used by our class since we are civil engineering students. Fifth is the settings app. This is why did I even include this? And lastly is the gallery app. I am not really a fan of taking photos, so it might be hard to check what I have been up to for the past few weeks using the gallery app. The last two apps that I did not place in a folder for easier access is the messages and phone app. These two are practically built-in Samsung apps that I constantly use to message my parents or communicate with friends if I have no internet access. Other apps that I tend to use more often than not is Spotify, Sudoku, and weirdly Mobile Legends. I have been playing this game for a long time now, but I had to pause for more than 2 years to focus on my studies. But as of now, I think I have learned how to manage my time so I could now play games during my free time. I also use Notion to keep track of my tasks at school for both organizations and academics. And that's pretty much it for this video. I am planning to create another video that tests the battery life and performance of this phone, especially if you are a heavy user. Would you like to see that as the next video? Just comment down below.